Welcome to the VMP Inspiring Our Community podcast. Join us as Team VMP explore and ignite your vision and purpose. We will discuss topics such as education, entrepreneurship, politics, sports, and more. And now, here is Team VMP.
Welcome to VMP Inspiring Our Community podcast. I am Dr. Sharon H. Porter.
And I am KarenMcConnell-Jones.
And we are the founders of Vision and Purpose Lifestyle Magazine and Media and the hosts of VMP Inspiring Our Community podcast, where we aim to inform, uplift, and inspire our community.
Yes, Sharon. Yes, we do. We have so much great news today and a wonderful guest we have coming up. But right now, we're going to talk about education and business. You know, that's what we do. So in the business world, what's going on in the business world? In the business world, we are now in phase 2 of the pandemic. So that means things are starting to open back up. We have the businesses open back up. We can be up to 50 people now, but they are stressing. Please practice our social distancing. That is so important, everyone. Still make sure you're wearing your mask. Still make sure you're just sanitizing your hands. But we are just happy to see that things are on the upcline with the businesses opening up. And the kids now can go to the pools. The pools are open. But we want to do what? Practice our social distancing. So this is just great news. The restaurants is just happy because now they not only can serve on the outside, but you can now serve in the inside, but still keeping the capacity of no more than 50 people. And what? Practicing our social distancing. So Sharon, with that being said, what's going on in the education world?
Absolutely. So for those who don't know, we are located in Prince George's County, Maryland, which is a suburb of our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. And in our local educational news, teachers have finally completed the 2019-2020 school year. And boy, was it a year. So they are officially able to now reset, rejuvenate, do all the things because we know that we have some major work to do coming this fall. So I'm just excited, and I just want to say congratulations to everyone who survived because I tell you, it was trying. So that's educational news here in our local area.
Yes, great stuff, Sharon. Great.
Absolutely. And Karen, you know I'm so excited about our guest today.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. He is Emorja Roberson. And I tell you, let me just share a little bit about who he is. Emorja Roberson is a pianist, conductor, composer, and vocalist in classical and gospel music. He graduated from the University of North Florida with a Bachelor of Music degree in vocal performance and a Master of Sacred Music in vocal performance from the University of Notre Dame. As of May 2017, Emorja was coined as the first African American to graduate with a Master of Sacred Music and vocal performance from the University of Notre Dame. Currently, he is a student of Dr. Mark Dory's and is the first African American student in the Doctor of Musical Arts program to study choral conducting with a focus in African American repertoire. I now present Mr. Emorja Roberson. Wow. When I tell you this body of work is incredible, I want to say welcome, Mr. Emorja Roberson. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh my goodness. The first thing I've got to say is, could you have ever imagined that you would be here today with all of this under your belt?
Not at all. I had no idea, but I can say that my mom and God actually had this already planned way before I did.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And I tell you, I'm a church girl, I'm a choir girl, and that rich baritone is just amazing. When did you know, how early did you know that you really had this gift?
If I'll be honest with you, I didn't really come to the understanding of this gift until I was 12. As a matter of fact, when I started teaching myself to play piano, I actually started singing more, and I created my own community choir. And from there, it just sort of happened.
Wow. Sharon, I got to jump in now. Well, I'm going to go ahead on and say, matter of fact, I'm calling you Mr. Boom because, you about to boom, blow up. So Mr. Boom going to be your name for the rest of the time with me.
Okay, that works.
And I'm going to get your autograph now so I can say I knew a win. So this is just great. I'm just loving this. As a young man, you are just definitely in your purpose. And I just like that you are so humble. Your humility is just where it needs to be. And God is going to continue to just bless you and move through you. And with that being said, I got to tell you, Sharon was just too excited to have you on because this is definitely in her lane, in her world. So she been cheesing for the last 2 days, knowing that we was getting to this interview. So Sharon, thank you. This is great for me as well. So I now just want to say I really pride myself on being in my purpose and just listening to what God had for me and just being a worker bee at what He puts on me. Your resume showed that you are a worker bee of all worker bees. Okay, the Lord has been blessing you well. And wait a minute, you're the first to graduate here. You're the first to be accepted over here. You're the first to do. So I just love all the first because Sharon, we love being the first at doing something. So just strive to me the feeling of being able to be the first to accomplish all these things. And can you just give our audience a little of these firsts that you have accomplished? Because when I was reading, I was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't have any fingers. So share with us about all of these firsts that you've been able to do. And then definitely as an African-American male and just for the African-American culture itself.
So if I really go back to when I was in middle school, the first to form a youth choir at a young age like that. But then I did a competition in February 2009, and got to the end of the competition. Somebody came backstage, one of the accompanists. He said, "Well, you all," he said, "most of you all sang the song incorrectly." He said, "But at least you did it." So we got out there. I ended up getting first runner-up, but then there was a professor there by the name of Dr. Christoph Biernacki from the University of North Florida. Him and my godfather, who is the director of the program, they said, "I want to speak to you and your mother afterwards." I didn't know what it was about. Came up to us afterwards and he said, "Your son has a gift that I was listening to backstage, and this is not part of what's planned, but he said, I want to offer your son a full scholarship to University of North Florida." So I was like, wow. So, and the funny thing is, although I made mistakes, I gave it my all. And what happened afterwards was the opportunity to receive a full scholarship. Because initially I was going to go to school for anesthesiology, but he gave me a scholarship to go to University of North Florida to get my Bachelor in music performance. So after graduating doing that, I stayed in Jacksonville for a year. And I did my first recording with Rejuvenation Gospel Choir. And I started applying for more schools. And after I graduated with my Bachelor in 2013, I applied to Indiana University for ethnomusicology, got denied. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. And I applied for another program in 2015, which was University of Notre Dame, University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign, and then also Northwestern University. Whenever I went to school at UNF, I said, "God, you've allowed me to go to school free of charge with no debt." So I said, I'm going to speak the same thing for the next 2 degrees that I'm going to get. So all 3 schools accepted me. Notre Dame was the only school that was fully funded. I said, that's my answer. And when I saw that, I also saw it would give me an opportunity to make history as the first African-American. I looked through the program to see if there was anybody else who was there that looked like me. I said no, so I took the chance. It was a sacrifice because I'm from Florida and I moved to Indiana, clearly 15 hours away, so I'm not near any family. But I said, God, I know that there is a calling on my life. I said, I do understand that. And I said, it's going to be lonely at times, but I'm going to trust that you're placing me where I need to be. Mm-hmm. So I took that chance and, I'm not going to do this. Yeah. I took the chance.
Yes, do it.
And I came up here and I said, you know what? This is where I need to be. It was a struggle at first because it's a Catholic school. I'm not Catholic by a long shot. I'm Baptist to the bone, but I got Pentecostal. I got all kinds of things on the inside. So needless to say, so there was this different kind of expression and this sacred form that they were not used to. I remember when I first got here, the program director, Margot Fassler, said, I would love to see gospel in the Basilica. I didn't think twice about it. I thought she was just saying that just to be nice. not knowing that there would be an opportunity for me to actually create that space for us to have a voice in that particular space. So moving along, so, fast forward, so I got my degree in 2017, first African-American to graduate with a Master of Sacred Music and Vocal Performance. And as I was applying to other schools, I got accepted to University of Wisconsin. They were paying for the first year. Second year, I have to pay for it. Third year, I was on my own. I said, okay, God. I said, I know. I prayed, and I was very specific with my prayer. I said, I know that I want to go to school free of charge. Before I accepted that offer, Dr. Fassler came up to me. She said, I want to meet with you. So we met in her office. And she said, I know in the beginning of the program, whenever you first got to Notre Dame, you told me that you don't only want to just sing, but you love working with choirs. She said, she said, because we are an ecumenical music department, there is no way we can be ecumenical without the Black experience. I said, okay, cool. So then she said, what I'd like to do is offer you a full fellowship to stay here and help us to build that in the program. I said, are you serious? And so I remember sitting in the office and I was just tearing up because she gave me the opportunity to she gave me an opportunity to use a voice that most people would usually neglect. So that was an opportunity that I can never repay. And honestly, since then, ever since I said yes to that, it's not only opened doors for me, but also the community, because my purpose here at Notre Dame is to bridge communities where it was in the beginning, white and Black communities. I've noticed that my reach expands beyond that. There are Hispanics, there are people from the Philippines, there are all kinds of people from different colors. And I said, that's what I want to do. That's what I know that I'm called to do. I work with kids, and I'm here to give people this space because not a lot of times we're afforded the space to actually speak, but they've trusted me enough to know that I'm not out to get them, I'm out to inform them. And this is the education that we need here on our campus.
I tell you, you know what? I knew this thing was going to be special. I did.
Yes, sir. We out here crying and
everything. I'm
everything.
telling you, there's something about you. And I've got to have that opportunity to talk with him. And so I'm just so grateful. So just, going from what you, this whole George Floyd thing, you created a song, you wrote a song, Stop Killing Us. Before we talk about it, I just want everyone to hear this song. So guys, just wait and just listen, and then we're going to come back and just talk about it.
Stop killing me and you'll see that I am more than you think. Not just some dog in the streets, there's something special in me. I holler that I can breathe, your need drove deeper in me. And yet you felt my life depleting from my body. I'm fading, I'm dying, and yet you don't care at all. How often will this be that you kill our kings and queens? No more, no more. How long will this fight go on? We take 10 steps ahead, and yet you kill us dead.
Wow, so powerful. So can you please, we all know what prompted it, but what made you say, you know what, I've got to put my voice in the game?
Yeah, because honestly, so as an artist, we have different ways where we protest, not only with our feet, but also our voice and through song, because song is the extension of speech. And songs also captures people's attention. And I did that because those are my immediate words after I saw what was going on. I remember going to the music room, and I was on the piano, I was just writing. I was on the board writing all kinds of stuff. And I said, this is it. And it's an expression because just as it's George Floyd, it could easily be me. I could be another hashtag. So whenever I say stop killing me, I'm really using that as a broad term where it means my community. But I said I have to because, for example, even the Parkland shooting that took place in Florida, maybe like 4 years ago, I wrote a song for that as well too. But that's the first thing that I always do because that helps me to relieve myself. Even if I'm still upset, it just gives me a place to speak, like just listen. And a lot of times those people aren't really listening to us. They see our experiences and then they want to listen. But we're trying to give you warnings before it even happens. And so that was my place to actually express myself.
Wow, that's wonderful. And with that being said,